Fox hunting has been banned in England and Wales since 2005. That was 2 years after it was outlawed in Scotland. But persistent questions have been asked about whether the law is universally respected. Well, we are going into the countryside now for a special report on the activities of one hunt, the Meynell and South Staffordshire one. It was filmed in October by investigators from the League Against Cruel Sports chasing a fox. Police have questioned 2 of its members, and our reporter Andrew Bomford has seen the same hunt engaging in similar activity.
So we've got a horse box there, that's a good sign.
I'm in a car with Roger Swain from the League Against Cruel Sports.
Oh, there's quite a few.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the prestigious hunts, it's quite a big one.
It's a misty Saturday morning, and this hunt, the Meynell and South Staffordshire hunt, is gathering.
So they've gone straight to the wood that I predicted they'd go to, which is that one there.
That's where you got your cameras.
Roger's a hunt investigator. He's a former hunt saboteur, but these days, working for the League Against Cruel Sports, he doesn't try to disrupt hunts anymore. He films them to get evidence of illegal fox hunting. We pull over by the side of the road and lower the windows. Immediately, you can hear the hunt from across the field about 200 metres away.
So you can hear the dogs. And there's a sort of noise. What would that be?
That's the traditional way of putting a fox up to encourage the fox to get moving.
So they're making that sound themselves?
Yeah,
hunters?
that's the riders. Don't stick your mic too far out.
The hunt is surrounding a very small wood, riders spaced out at regular intervals. There's about 40 on horseback, people on foot, and 2 quad bikes with large boxes on the front and rear. They're ridden by terrier men. The terriers are used to drive foxes out of their burrows. The pack of hounds are there for the chase.
So they've actually seen a fox now. That's what all the hollering's about.
So you can hear the dogs in cry.
Yeah.
They're excited.
Yeah, they're into a scent now.
This is not a regular fox hunt though. This is known as cub hunting, a way of training the young hounds to hunt foxes. It takes place from late summer to the start of the main hunting season in November. It's low-key and secretive. The riders do not wear their traditional pink, and it's illegal under the Hunting Act.
Oh. We might have seen something.
So the riders are sort of spaced around this wood. Would they be completely surrounding the wood?
Yes, you can see quite a lot of riders at this side, but yeah, they'll be evenly distributed.
So they've basically surrounded the wood. So any fox in there would have to escape past them if it's going to escape.
Yeah.
From our position 200 metres away, we can't see what's happening inside this small wood, but Roger had earlier set up a camera there. This is the sound from the camera. The horses and hounds pass right by.
I'll go that side, James. You won't stop here. We're not worried about the
The quad bikes with the terrier men. Alongside the shouting, you can hear people clapping and riders slapping the sides of their saddles. It's all to direct the hounds and scare the foxes into the open. The noise levels and the excitement rises as in the wood, away from the camera, a fox is sighted. That high-pitched, repetitive bird noise is actually the call of a huge golden eagle. It's tied to someone's arm, and hunt protesters say they're used as a ruse, as an excuse for hunts to claim that it's the eagle, not the hounds, that kills the fox. Because under the Hunting Act, there's an exemption allowing the use of birds to kill prey. The eagle never actually leaves the man's arm. If it did, it would put the eagle at risk from the hounds as they chase the fox.
So you have no doubt that there are foxes in that wood?
Oh yeah, just the way they're reacting. They usually scope these places with the terrier first, and then they'll go to that wood. One of the purposes of cubbing is to break up the families of foxes. So come the main season, they've got foxes in different parts of the country to chase.
I asked Roger if there was any legitimate excuse or explanation for what was going on.
No, not at all. If they were exercising the hounds, they'd just be going across the fields. If they were trail hunting, then someone would lay a trail and the hounds would follow that trail across the open fields. But the way they're surrounding this wood, making noise, is only to scare a live quarry and keep that live quarry in that wood for the hounds. There's no other excuse.
The League Against Cruel Sports films these hunts in order to get evidence for prosecution under the Hunting Act, but on this occasion we did not film a fox being chased, and without that there's no evidence for a prosecution. But a couple of weeks earlier, Roger did film the same hunt, the Meynell in South Staffordshire, doing the same thing, cub hunting, at a different location. And this time he did film them chasing a fox. I watched this video with Martin Sims, a former wildlife crimes police officer and the chief investigator for the League.
Well, you can hear them really high pitched. They've picked up a trail of a fox without any doubt, and they're off. So now all the shouting and screaming is because the fox has broken cover and he's heading across the field, and now they're trying to chase it to try and keep it in and contain it. You've now seen two of the hounds break cover as well in pursuit of that fox as well. We don't see anything to indicate that they make an attempt to get those two back. So in terms of pursuing a British wild mammal with dogs, then there it is.
You would say that is evidence of illegal hunting?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
The video was submitted to Derbyshire Police in October, and last week 2 members of the hunt were questioned by police officers. I contacted the hunt to ask them for an explanation. They wouldn't talk to me, but issued a statement via the Countryside Alliance, saying, "We can confirm that the Meynell and South Staffordshire hunt are assisting the police with their inquiries, following an allegation of illegal hunting, but are unable to comment further while the investigation continues." The League Against Cruel Sports received 138 reports of cub hunting by 73 different hunts over the autumn, but achieving a conviction in court for cub hunting is very rare. There's only ever been one successful conviction 6 years ago against 2 members of exactly the same hunt, the Meynell in South Staffordshire, and that evidence was also filmed by Roger Swain.
I hope I got that. I really hope I got that. They just drove a fox straight back into the cover. Let's go. We're going now. We've got to go.
In that prosecution, the huntmaster was fined £3,000 and a hunt employee was fined £250. Back at the cub hunt I observed with Roger, I was surprised to see children present.
There's a child, I would say, on that small horse.
Yeah, there are some
Over there.
youngsters.
But the camera in the wood picked up a conversation between what sounded like a father and 2 very young sons. It would be wrong to broadcast this private conversation involving children about watching foxes being killed by hounds. But in it, the father tells the boys, "That's the good thing about hunting. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't." A child says, "I like not seeing it in case it gets too violent." Then, as the shouting increases in the wood, and the sound of the excited yelping of the hounds gets louder, a child says, "I think they found it. They found the fox."
Andrew Bomford reporting. Well, you've seen hunting on film, but never heard the sounds so clearly as in that report.